Okay, so Luke has calmed down quite a bit. And so I actually went through this with another one of my clients. I like this interaction. So he's not comfortable being on my lap. I did not pick him up, and he did not jump up on my lap. We had one of the guardians pick him up and place him on my lap. We only did this after he had calmed himself down after the flooding technique that we went through earlier. Now, one of the things I go through, I ascribe to the positive form of training and positive association. So I always look for ways, how can we incorporate positive, but do it in a way that offers a little bit of structure. So for most of us, we pet our dogs a lot to show affection, and that's a good thing to do. And also for when we're stressed out, dogs can be a source of, therapy. Dogs help people quite a bit. But basically, petting our dogs, I consider petting a dog our way of paying them. When I deal with little kids, I tell them petting our dog is our way of saying thank you. So if you pet him, does he ever come and nudge you with his nose or scratch at you when he wants you to pet him?
He'll rub up against me.
Rub up
That's
against
his
you.
way,
Okay.
yeah.
So when he does that, he's basically kind of telling you what to do. Now, he's asking in a way of speaking as well. But if he tells you or asks you what to do and you consistently do it, after a while then he gets the impression, I don't have the same authority as these humans. I have more authority. Because I get to tell them what to do and they do it. So what I do is if I ask a dog to sit what I do is I ask a dog to sit, come, or lie down before I pet it. So if he sits and then I pet him for sitting, after a while he's like, well, if I want something with a human, I have to pay for it by sitting. Sitting and laying down are more subordinate positions, so it helps the dog kind of have more of a follower mindset. And it also introduced the concept I have to ask rather than tell. Now, when I pet a dog, I like to pet them underneath their chin. When a dog is proud about what it's done, its nose is parallel to the ground or tilted upwards. You've probably seen your dog with a special toy or something he's not allowed to have, walking around the house with his nose in the air. So when I pet a dog with a purpose, I want him to feel good about doing the things I want, like sitting. So if I tell him to sit, as soon as he sits, I scratch him under his chin, and I say the word sit at the same time. Not good sit, not Luke sit. Not, oh, what a good boy, Luke, you sat down, because we didn't even say the command word there. And not sit. Dogs hear the sound of words, not words themselves. So sit and sit to dogs sound completely different. So when he sits, we're going to say the command word and nothing else. And then after that, you can pet him as long as you want. But until he sits, you should not pet him. Now, what I would recommend you guys do is come up with a watchword. I usually recommend paycheck. So paycheck means that you see someone petting a dog without the dog earning it first. So this means that you all stop petting both dogs under any circumstances unless they sit or lie down for you first. You can say come as well, but usually if they're nudging you, they're already here, so you can't say come. So as soon as they sit, you pet them and say sit. If they're already sitting, you want to pet them, you just ask them to lie down, and they lie down, and then you pet them and say down, or whatever your command word is. It's getting more comfortable. But I'm still not trying to pet him because he's still not completely comfortable. Now, if let's say that you come in the room and you see mom is petting the dog, and you say paycheck, and mom says, I asked him to sit, and now before you came in, you have a debate about it. Well, the dog sees that you're not on the same page. So when you come in, if you say paycheck, your mom just raises her hands and asks the dog to sit. As soon as he sits again, we pet him and say sit. Then your mom can say, I actually asked him to sit before he came in the room. But asking him to sit or lie down is not asking a lot. It's very easy. And the more he does it, the more they will be able to do it when you're on walks or you see other dogs or times where you need him to. But you had to ask your dog 10 times to come to you to put him on the leash. So for them, listening to you is optional. Petting with a purpose will really go a long ways towards helping them. And what will happen is it will transition. They'll come over and start sitting down before you even ask them, or laying down at your feet. When they do this, you want to pet them within 3 seconds maximum. Your goal is to pet them within 1/3 of a second. The faster you pet them when they start, the more effective it is for them. So 3 seconds is the maximum. So you don't want to finish your conversation, then turn and pet the dog. You want to immediately start petting him as soon as he sits or lays down. And after a while, instead of jumping up or nudging you or nuzzling you, they're just going to come and sit in front of you and look up at you and say, look, we're sitting. Shouldn't you be paying attention to us? At that point, yes, you should. Petting with a purpose is the easiest thing that you will do that will have the biggest impact for the dog. If you get in a habit of doing it, After a while, you won't even think about it, and you'll do it instinctively, but every time you do, it's a little dog obedience training session. So that's a quick summary of petting with a purpose.